Live-ish. Okay.
Oh my.
Well, we're sort of live. I'm not sure if I actually have permission to release this yet, so we're going to record it as a private YouTube video, which might be released to the public later. But this is from Crinky Clydesdale Press. I worked with Matt D'Amico on a prior successful Kickstarter for Massacre Grounds. This one is a 0-level funnel or gauntlet. So it's dual statted for both Dungeon Crawl Classics and Shadowdark. You can play it under either one. And I've got stat blocks for both in this whole thing. I did the editing and layout for it. It will go to crowdfunding Kickstarter on June the 4th is what we're planning right now. But it's done. Layout, editing. We already ordered a proof from drive-thru to see how it all looks. So it will, once it funds, and it will, it'll get out the door pretty quickly. But tonight I'm going to, not so much a play test. It's been play tested quite a bit, but I'm going to have some fun with it because I haven't got to run it. And I certainly haven't gotten to run it with this crew of misfits we have tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we are using the DCC flavor of this because I couldn't be bothered to learn the Shadowdark rules, other than the having to edit the whole thing. But there's so many rule systems in my mind that they all kind of bleed together when I run. But DCC, I know pretty well. So we're going to do DCC. 0 level. Each of you guys have 4 characters generated on the wonderful Purple Sorcerer webpage. However, out of each of those 4, choose 2 that you like the best. And the other 2 are going to be kind of left behind in relative safety to start with. So let's start with Chuck.
Hey, that's me.
Which 2 are going out the door right away for you?
Going out the door right away, it's going to be Christopher, my mercenary. And, I think I'm going to go with Pennybag, my tax collector. I got my best character and my worst character going out side by side.
Okay. Tax collectors. So I think it's fair game that anyone here with you can murder your character. I'm just saying.
I'm bringing the tax collector along first for a reason. I want Christopher to make it, and I want Pennybag to be a great human shield.
All right. John, which 2 are you taking right out of the gate?
I'm going to bring Lucky, who is a, let's see, he's a halfling. What is that again? Halfling chicken butcher. He's packing 5 pounds of chicken meat. I said what I said. And he's such a lucky halfling. Such an incredibly lucky halfling. And then going with him is Glenn. Glenn is a radish farmer who happens to have a chicken as part of his equipment.
Wow. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some butchering in that chicken's future. Brad, who do you have for us tonight?
All right. First up is Chad. He is a hunter.
As Chads often are.
Chads often do. And short bow. And then we've got Alvin the Guild Beggar, whose equipment includes crutches.
Oh, he's going to go far.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And Bill, who is joining us for the first time on our Sunday Fun Day cast, but not the first time he's been on the stream. So who you got this time around, Bill?
Well, I think I'm going to bring out my Wainwright. His name is Wayne Wright.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. He has evidently a magic club. No, I'm sorry. It's not a magic club. I just have some kind of extra +1 for some reason. So it's a club +1, damage is 1d4 +2. I'm liking his survival chances, although he only has 3 hit points. And I think on the other side, I'm going to bring out Slarty Bartfest. He's my Elven Sage, who has a dagger but is not very effective with it.
Does the world, in fact, revolve around him?
It does. It should, anyway.
Okay. I will make sure to slay him with a gold brick at some point.
Please. I would prefer that.
All right. So we will get started with some flavor text. We'll tell you all you need to know about your miserable circumstances. So, in a surprise attack, arriving in boats off the Mirror River, a goblin horde has sacked the village of Port Mirror. You and a small group of villagers are the only survivors that have not been taken prisoner or killed. You've all found refuge in a small gravedigger's shack by the stable on the edge of the village. As you lay in hiding, you hear the screams of the dying throughout the day. The thick cloud of smoke from the burning buildings assaults you as the day passes to dusk. As the sun sets and darkness falls over the village, you can hear the guttural sounds of the carrion scavengers feasting on corpses. The smell of death and burnt flesh dominates your senses. There doesn't seem to be any hope that the Knights of Rain Reach or any other savior will come to Port Mirror's rescue. Most of the town has been set to the torch, leaving your hiding place. The night sky is obscured with dust and soot from the burning buildings. With almost no ambient light, there is an eerie red glow from some of the smoldering ashes of buildings. Goblin patrols are still lurking about and looting the town. You hope to avoid the bloodthirsty patrols as you try to find adequate weapons and supplies. Searching through the smoldering structures appears to be the best way to gather enough to survive. You hope to find other survivors. You believe the goblins have taken some of the prisoners into the Grand Temple of Hayer. You have heard chanting and screams from the temple throughout the day. You watched as prisoners were marched into the Mirror Mountain gold mine. It is unknown if any of your family members are in either group. So you're starting in the shack. If you look at your maps, number 1, the Gravedigger's Shack. It's a small one-room shack inside the graveyard near the stables, the southwest part of the town. There's a pantry, a simple bed, table, and single chair, a chest, and a small wood fireplace. Laying against the walls are a shovel, pickaxe, 2 torches, and 2 50 feet of rope.
All right.
So all of your characters are in here currently, but you're going to each of you take 2 out at a time because you got to stealth it to get some supplies at first.
Oh, Lord. Sorry, that was reflexive.
Well, if we're in the shack, I think it's definitely highly important to open up that chest.
Okay, it's unlocked because, gravediggers can't afford locks.
Yeah,
it's fair.
And it contains dirty old work clothes, a silver brush, and a small statue of Anita, the goddess of light and healing. That's all.
The tax collector will take the statue and the brush.
The statue is kind of heavy. Could maybe be used as a club.
Oh.
Okay. Or something to sell later to recoup
costs. Yeah. It'll lose value if it's dented up with goblin muck on it.
That's fair. That is a fair assessment.
The table that all of you can see has a small lantern filled with oil, a flint and steel kit, a fork, and a simple wooden plate.
I take the fork. Slightly dark.
Sure.
It's important.
I'll be mean. It's a spork.
Oh, wow.
It can still be useful. You don't know.
Yeah. I think Chad would like to grab the rope.
Okay. There's 2 sets of 50 feet of rope. So
I just want one.
Glenn will grab one of the sets or the other thing of rope.
Okay.
My mercenary will grab one of the torches.
Okay.
Where we have light. There's still a lantern, another torch, and flint and steel.
There's also a shovel and a pickaxe.
Does anyone not have a weapon?
No. My 2 characters they have weapons.
All right. Yeah. Well, Pennybag's going to take the shovel then. Use as another weapon. Oh, wait. Pennybag's got a fucking longsword. He's good.
I think my other character, Alvin, will take the other torch.
Actually, he didn't state it, but I believe the intent was you actually don't have your starting gear because that was left in your homes and you had to leave very quickly.
Oh, that makes all the difference. Yeah. Well, then definitely My mercenary is going to grab the pickaxe. Anyone else good with a shovel?
So we don't have our weapons either?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, fuck me. Okay, so... Oops, sorry. Uh, shoot. I'll grab a pickaxe, so at least one of my characters is armed.
Mm-hmm.
Wainwright will take a shovel.
Were there one of each?
Yes, one pickaxe, one shovel.
Okay.
What is the pickaxe stats as a weapon?
You can just do
One-
it as like a
one-
D6 would be fine.
1d6, okay.
Yeah.
That silver statue, would that be a D6 as well?
Sure, for as a bludgeoning, yeah. It can bludgeon pretty good.
All right. All right. Then if that's the case, my mercenary is going to have the statue. My money man is going to have a torch and the flint and steel and a rope.
Mm-hmm.
What items are left?
That's pretty much it that's in here, unless you want to take the chest itself to bash somebody with.
Ooh, wasn't there a lantern as well?
There's a lantern. There's flint and steel as well. Oh, and a wooden plate.
Yeah, just hack off some rope there and make it a little shield.
No, that's a frisbee.
Oh,
There.
One
You
weapon.
can sharpen the edges,
Yeah.
and we can replay a
James Bond.
a James Bond film. Yeah.
oh.
Uh,
All right. Well, if we've got all the gear and we got to get out of town.
Well, you've got to try and you don't know if you live in this town. This is like you keep your stuff here. You probably have some relations or family that may or may not be alive.
yeah, they may be
Yeah,
dead.
but my ex-wife is in town too, so it's a
Oh,
double reason to leave.
Yeah. Unless she's still alive, and you might want to bring attention to where she is.
Or point and laugh. It's whatever. Depending on
Yeah.
how things went.
Well, then we got to kill the goblins.
Yeah, I think that's our duty.
How many of them do we figure there might have been?
Well, there were ships that took
Mhm,
port,
mhm.
and they pretty much overran your
Oh.
very small town
Hear
very
me out.
quickly.
Let's just steal a boat and leave.
That's pretty sensible.
There are a lot of fishing boats around, assuming they haven't been set fire to or sunk. You haven't really stuck your head out of the shack since all this went down. It's just just now starting to get dark enough outside where you might have a chance to sneak around.
Well, how about we modify the plan? We go get gear. My tax collector will say we should go get my ample wealth of tax money that I've yet to turn into the city. We hop on a boat and we go start a new town with no goblins and blackjack.
And hookers?
That's a given. So my mercenary will look out,
Okay.
crack the door.
You crack
want-
the door down
you-
again. There.
I can see in the dark. Do you want me to do it?
Yes, if you can see in the dark, that is a much better choice.
All right, Lucky will creep up to the door and take a look out.
Actually, your seeing in the dark is kind of interrupted by the fact that a lot of buildings are on fire
Of course.
and
Oh, well, they-
smoldering. So there's not a lot of moonlight coming through, but what is coming through and the buildings that are on fire, and what you can only imagine is maybe piles of bodies that are also on fire,
Yeah, I don't think
do
we're gonna
give
need
off a
the-
lot of light.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we need the lanterns that much.
And smells
Oh.
like a barbecue.
It does.
Ooh.
You almost feel guilty when your stomach growls.
Yeah, I bet.
So looking at the door, kind of, I'm guessing, or out the window, we can see buildings 2 and
Yes.
3.
And you all know the town well.
Yeah, so 2, I'm guessing, is the
The
stable.
livery. Yep.
Yeah, what's
3
3?
is the wizard's workshop.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Just looking out, since it's right next to you, there are burn marks covering the exterior, but it is intact.
Hmm.
Okay. Might be worth
Makes
checking
sense.
out.
Sneak
what's
over
the
to
table looking
Yeah.
like?
the livery number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys want to kind of sneak out to number 2? All right, good enough. Are you all going at once, or are you going to go one at a time?
We should
What's your
go in
plan?
pairs.
Pairs. Okay.
That
Wouldn't
way.
that make sense? Since each of you are controlling 2 characters.
Yes, sir.
My 2 will head for the stables.
Okay.
With your dagger.
All right,
I don't have
John. Your 2 go out first, as everyone else quietly watches to see if your movement brings about anything around. It's smoldering and it's collapsed. There are 5 vultures tearing the carrion off the bones of dead horses laying in the corral that surrounds the building.
I got a 2.
They see you.
He's called Lucky for a reason.
Okay.
He
roll
and Glenn
initiative.
don't have any weapons.
Roll initiative. We're going to go
Oh, God.
one round before anyone else can interrupt what happens, or you might just want to watch him get eaten by
that's
vultures. So the way we do it with multiple 0-level characters, just pick the person who gives you the best bonus for the roll. So go ahead and roll initiative for your best character.
Be Lucky, who does not give a penalty.
Okay, that's the best.
By the way, Lucky has no positive modifiers. Oh wait, no, intelligence.
Oh, he's a nerd.
Everything else is a 0, or most of them are -2s.
Nerd.
Okay, well,
Terrible at everything.
you got a 12 on your initiative. They got an
I
8,
did.
so you're first.
Nice.
There are 5 of these large vultures, but they just look like vultures. I mean, they're big, but you've seen vultures before, but you've definitely gotten their attention.
I've wrung the neck of bigger chickens than you.
That could be.
Do they seem to be so? Can I see anything like outside the stables? Like it looks like there might be horses or something that are dead there.
Yes, the horses are all dead outside of the corral. You can't see into the stables itself, unfortunately, just on the around the corral.
All right. Well, if the horses are all dead, don't know what I'm gonna find in a stable. So, like, just
find whips
at them and then they just head the other way towards the wizard's thing.
All right, so you want to move towards the wizard's thing instead, right? Okay. All right. Well, so we'll say your thing is movement then. And we're gonna. These are 5 foot, I believe. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you can get to a door, either the closest side one, or you can go to the back side, the south facing door. It's up to you which one you want to do.
No, I'm gonna go for that closest door.
The closest door. Okay. Okay. You can get to it. But you get your movement and an action. So sure, you can get to the door and open the door.
Open the door.
Okay.
Fireball.
So as you run towards the door and you're getting ready to open it, you see a lone dead goblin laying in the doorway. The door is slightly ajar now that you're a little closer to it, with the goblin laying on its back with 2 bolts protruding from its chest. The goblin's feet are laying just inside the door.
Huh, that's weird. Throws open the door.
So it's so since the door's already open, you can get inside before the vultures kind of come after you. They make a ruckus, but since you're in the building, they don't pursue. Okay. So you guys all see this. Your 2 friends start to head towards the corral, then quickly beat feet in the opposite direction and just run through and into the wizard's tower. The vultures hover for a moment, and then they go back to feasting on their horses. Who's next?
So after he ran into the wizard shack, there's no signs of anything chasing him?
They hover for a bit, and then they go back to
leave.
the horses. Yeah.
Okay, but no goblin attention?
No.
Okay. I think I'm going to try and sneak over to the wizard shack as well.
Using the same door?
Yeah, he's already disarmed it.
Okay. Well, the buzzards are kind of on the lookout now because, yeah. So why don't you go ahead and
yeah.
make me a roll to kind of be quiet as you move? Again,
Sure.
use your best bonus.
Yeah. That is a magnificent 8.
Okay, roll initiative.
Okay. Where's the initiative button?
I think if you click the... Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Ooh.
I did great.
What did you end up rolling? A 2?
2. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, the same 5 are attracted by you. And before you can make it to the wizard's tower, they descend upon you.
Oof.
There's 5 of them. So we'll have your first character will get 3 on them. And the last one will get 2.
Okay. Everything's fine.
So who's your first character?
Christopher, my mercenary.
I think that last one probably hits.
Yes, he does have an AC of 13, so 14 lands.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he's dead.
He's dead.
As a vulture descends, and just these vultures were maybe a little larger than you expected at first because, they were a little distance away, but one of them just comes down and just takes his head off.
Oh, ripperoni.
Just right off.
Ouch.
That's a riding vulture.
I really like
there
that
are 2
character.
vultures on your other guy. I think that
Yeah,
16 probably hits.
Yeah, he's got 2 hit points.
We're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That went fast.
He goes down. Actually, he's at 0. So, maybe. Actually, there's 0 levels. You can't roll 0
Yeah, no
levels.
roll. Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah. Just a vulture comes out of the sky and looks like it just hits him square in the back, and then he doesn't move.
Well,
While the rest of you look on in horror from the Gravedigger's shack as the vultures now start feasting on 2 of your friends that are between you and the wizard's tower.
You're welcome.
So, Chuck, who are your other 2 characters?
this is going to be Cavil, my Cartwright, and Sage, my Elven Sage.
Okay. Look on in horror. Maybe a little bit of glee as the tax collector is getting his nuts ripped off right now.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
I gotta say, we was cramped up in this.
You were cramped up in this little shack, daring to breathe during the whole of the day. Bill or Brad, one of you guys go next.
Okay, I'll have my 2 characters try to make a dash and...
Dash for what? So the vultures are between you and the wizard's tower, but that does mean that the livery seems to be unguarded now.
You know what? You said that those 2 guys are dead from what we can see.
Oh, you're watching as the vultures rip out the soft bits.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, my guys will run to the livery then since they're busy.
Okay, are you going to run, or are you going to try and stealth it?
Well, stealth. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Stealth it. Thank you.
Give me a roll.
Thank you for saving me from myself. That's agility. All right.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
you make it.
Very good.
You see the dead horses out. And while the vultures were feasting on the horses, that's not what killed the horses. You can tell they were dragged out here and stabbed. Somebody really didn't like horses.
Okay.
Perhaps they knew that horses secretly have tentacles and are magical beasts, like Chuck keeps telling us in all of his games.
That's absolutely the truth.
The doors to the livery, now that you're closer, you can slide in as you duck inside. There's not a whole lot in here, but there's no people in here either. You see some saddles, bridles, horsewhip. There's a wooden rake. Not much else, but it is empty.
I do want to... Do the saddles have saddlebags? Do they might...
Just the saddles themselves, no bags.
Okay. I do want to grab the whip. So
sure. Grab a whip.
This character at least has a weapon.
It's a great thing about 0-level characters in DCC. You are familiar with everything because you're equally as incompetent with everything.
What kind of is it? 1d4 for a whip? Would you say?
Yes, but on a crit, I'm going to say with a whip, you have a chance of like poking out an eye, doing cool stuff like that.
Okay. That is melee and one.
Or you can trip. You can choose to trip somebody on an attack. We can do that too. That would be cool.
Trip. I'll just make a note of that. Yep. All right.
No, it is a horse whip, so it's not incredibly long. You're not going to be Indiana Jonesing and swinging over things.
Yeah, it's like about 10 to 12 feet, probably. I'm guessing.
And very little of it is whippy. It's like a stick with a little bit of flex on the end.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. That's cool. Okay.
He's got one in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm asking questions about it, obviously I don't.
Well, no, you did seem to know a lot about it, Brad. I'm just saying.
All right, we're going to pause with you because you made it safely to an area and are looking about. Bill, your two characters. What do you want to do?
Well, Slarty Bartfast, the Elven Sage, is going to be too chicken to do anything. He's going to go, Wainwright's going to run for the livery because he figured he might be able to find something to use as a weapon there.
Okay. Are you going to run for it or are you going to stealth for it?
I'll go ahead and stealth.
Go to stealth. Okay.
So that's agility.
Yeah. Running could use strength. So, if you were stronger. Oh, but that works just fine too.
Yeah.
So you ran to the livery as well, and you see Brad's characters there. One of them is kind of testing out the usefulness and practicality of a whip as a weapon. Untouched are the bridle, 2 saddles, a wooden rake, and a lot of hay. A lot of hay.
He's going to grab the rake.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got the shovel. So he's going to probably end up giving the rake to Slarty Bartfast.
Okay. You could break the end off and it would be a spear. It would be a wooden one, so it might break if you get a good hit on somebody, but it would be a spear.
Okay. Well, I will relay that to Slarty Bartfast when I get back to him.
Okay. Well, you're safe. So since Chuck is sans anyone yet, your other 2 characters, we will take over with them. What do you want to do?
Oh, me? Mm-hmm. For my other 2, and they're in the same shed?
They are still in the Undertaker's shed, yes.
They're going to sneak out and go south towards the graveyard.
Okay.
And with the goal of looping around and trying to enter another door on the wizard.
Okay. So you want to go around the tree and kind of come into that south door at the bottom there. That sounds good. Go ahead and do a stealth, but I'll give you a bonus to that.
All right.
I'll give you a 5-point bonus for doing that.
Oh, snap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because the tree's foliage really blocks that upward sight those vultures might have.
It is fall. The colors are coming in. All right, so it's going to be D20 plus 5, and I got a 14.
And you come in at the back door, the south door. Okay, this one isn't opened. Do you want to open the door?
I want to. I mean, it's the wizard check. It might be exploding, so I want to investigate it, check it out real quick, and then if it appears safe, then I will attempt to open the door.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a check roll for that? So make it an intelligence check as you're looking at the door frame. You're seeing if there might be anything going on with it.
17?
He's got the sign that says no solicitors there.
He does, yeah. I've got one on my door. Doesn't do any good.
And he really means it because you can see the trip wire attached to something on the other side of that door. So he probably really means no solicitors.
Okay. We'll pass on this door and maybe try and skulk around to the open door on the west.
Okay. So you go the long way around. So the building is blocking your view, and you can go in through the front, which is also open, but there's no dead goblin there. So you're in there as well. So we will now describe the wizard's workshop. Well, the first thing that you and your other companions John, your characters, notice is that someone has carefully removed the contents of the workshop and it appears empty. It does not appear to be ransacked, but someone's cleaned out the contents of the shop in an orderly fashion, removing items off the shelves and out of the cabinets.
Well, I'm going to ransack it.
I steal the shelves.
Maybe there's a hammer or a nail, something.
Give me a second.
Is it just a one story or is there a second floor?
It is, well, it's tall, but there's no second floor. He just likes tall ceilings. One thing you do notice, though, as you try to ransack nothing because it's all gone, there is a large crystal statue of a warrior proudly holding 2 swords, decorating the middle of the room. And you didn't notice it at first. It was a little dark in here, but there's a goblin with a large open chest wound laying very close to the statue. You might even say a sucking chest wound.
Oof.
Oh.
Hey, there's dead goblin there. Hey, does dead goblin have any like weapons laying nearby it?
Do you want to go and check it out?
Yes, but also keeping an eye on that statue because I suspect as I get closer, I'm trying to see if there's like
yes, it starts moving as you get close to it.
Okay.
Yeah, because wizards got to have defenses, and fleshy people are not very reliable.
I'm just here for the thing.
This will be an initiative roll for all 4 of you. So each one of you roll me initiative, both Chuck and John.
Yup. It feels like there should be an initiative button on this sheet.
There is. You just click on the initiative term in the combat box on the character sheet.
Oh, snap. Look at you being smart and stuff.
Yeah, it's about all I got because you and I aren't doing great on the dice rolls. Let's just face it.
Oh, we got a 2 and a 3. Oh,
got an 8.
Okay.
It goes first, and since probably your character that was the closest to the goblin, you figure out which one it is, John. It will try and swipe at with its sword. Now, it is a normal sword being held in this crystal statue.
That's cool.
I think that probably hits.
That definitely does hit.
It's going to be a short night.
It is going to be a short night.
I think you're dead. You were carved in half.
Lucky only had 1 HP.
Wept.
And his stats were something impressive in terms of just the sheer amount of negatives.
There you go. He was meant to be cut in half by a sword.
His luck was a 5.
Luckily for you, living statues are a little slow, so they only got the 1 attack. It's your guy's turn. Why don't you avenge your other character, John?
That would be Chuck first, actually.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And I don't have any gear. And I think going up and punching a crystal statue would be silly. My characters are just going to leave.
Okay.
We'll find another building. The door we just came in.
Okay. You can do it quickly or try to do it. Actually, it doesn't matter. You're blocked by the building. You want to head over to 9, the well, or the tree by the well there?
Let me double check the map. Yeah, taking cover behind that well would be great.
Okay. You just walk out the door. You do the Homer Simpson nope out as you walk backwards out of the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Glenn is an old man, and he's got this rope. He's got a stupid idea.
Okay.
He's gonna grab this rope and he's gonna try to like loop it and then like try to like catch this crystal thing around the feet or the knees and trip it up.
Okay, I tell you what, we will do that as use Dex. Make this a combat action, but use your Dex bonus.
So basically, just an agility roll.
Yeah.
Aha!
Oh, that's a fumble. I think you make a loop. You're trying to catch his foot, but instead you catch your own and you hog tie yourself by the feet because you fall to the ground.
Oh no, poor Glenn.
Yeah, you're prone, so it's going to be a little bit easier to hit you. So I'm pretty sure that hits.
Oh yeah, against my AC of 8.
Yep. And we cut scenes as the living statue acts like a Ginsu and just chops and chops and chops as little bits of arterial spray goes left and right as we close the scene on the Wizard's Tower. Chuck, you made it to the well.
Yeah, I did.
So let's circle back around to Brad. There's nothing in here, man.
Yeah, it's time to... Oh, God. Okay. Let's see. Since I'm over by 2, the stable, I think I want to sneak out and head towards 4.
Okay. Sure.
What is 4?
So 4 is the Mirror Stone Tavern. It's got double doors on both the north and east side of the building. The closest one to you, the eastern one, seems to be opened, but there's no light coming out from underneath it. You do smell like blood and death and excrement pretty strongly, even more so than the horses that are dead behind you.
I thought you were going to say more so than usual. Now that's a tavern. All right. I would like to sneak around to the north from behind the building.
Okay, yeah.
And see if I can peek in through those openings on the north side.
Okay.
And maybe check those bodies there to see if they've got any weapons or anything of use.
Okay. As you approach, again, the smell of death and excrement is a little bit overpowering. You see rats scurrying away from their morbid feast. As you scan the interior, blood and carnage is evident. At least a dozen bodies of town residents lay slaughtered. Most of the bodies have been mutilated beyond recognition. The many bottles of alcohol behind the bar have either been stolen or lay smashed on the floor with the rest of the broken cups and plates. The lanterns inside the tavern have been smashed, and the oil is dripping onto the floor. The 2 doors to the kitchen, 4A, are ajar. You do see some sharp knives laying about. There's flasks of oil, candles, some sacks, but not much else. Now, your residents were kind of taken unawares, and this was a pleasant little village, not prone to being attacked, so people didn't walk around armed for the most part. So as you quickly scan the villagers, no one is armed or they've been removed. But you do find various sharp knives that people were using to eat with.
Yeah, I'm going to take one of the sacks and just collect all the useful stuff. The sharp stuff, the knives. For the oil that's left, what is the oil contained in?
Flasks.
Are they like
little leather flasks?
Oh, okay.
Pint of oil in each.
Okay. What I would like to do is if there's any bottles remaining empty that are unbroken, if I could grab that and tear off bits of clothing from the dead people.
Are you going to make the world's first Molotov cocktail?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what my character will be quietly doing.
Okay. Maybe a luck check, please.
Yes, sir. About a 3.
Right. You happen upon a brass key that was just laying on the floor underneath the body as you were going around pulling out knives and such. Oh, roll a d20. That's how many good sharp knives you find.
A d20, you say?
9 very good sharp knives.
Oh,
the rest of them are a
boy.
little blunt, not really useful.
Okay, so 9 sharp knives, and how many Molotovs? 2, maybe?
So it's
1?
flask of oil. It depends. How full are you making the bottles?
Depends on the size. If we're thinking of like contemporary terms, are we talking like...
You've got a pint of oil. The rest of the oil is kind of scattered on the floor. I mean, you could still get some cloth to wick that up and they'd be useful, but you've only got a pint to fill in a bottle with.
Yeah, okay. So just one then.
One good Molotov.
Okay. Yep.
You grab somebody's shirt and soak in some of the stuff that's on the floor to give it a good wick. Let's go back to Bill. Lots of people have been running out of the shack. Your character's just still there. Are they gonna just keep hiding out?
Well, Wayne is in the livery.
Okay, you're in the livery. Did you want to?
Which number? Where's the shack? What number is that?
1 is the shack. The livery is number 2.
Okay, let me check this real quick. I think what Slarty Bartfast is still kind of scared. Wayne's gonna run over to the shack. And
back to the shack?
He's gonna run back to the shack, and what he wants to do is slap Slarty Bartfast, tell him to get a hold of himself and hand him the rake.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Let me roll a die here. Okay. As you're coming back, you can't help but notice that over in the graveyard, there's things moving. You see hands breaking through the surface of the ground, pulling themselves out of the ground as they start shambling about. They're not aware of you. You just see this.
Okay, Wayne's gonna ignore them for now and to get to Slarty Bartfast because we need to get out there and do stuff.
Okay, sounds good. John, 2 new characters of yours.
Yeah.
Introduce them,
please. We've got Howard, the radish farmer. The rice farmer, and who sadly lost his best goat, his prize-winning goat, and all.
What?
Yeah, man. And he has been consoled by the dwarf Tibus, who is a dwarven shepherd or a dwarven herder who also lost his prize sow when this all happened. So, yes, 3 of my characters had animals, and one of them had animal meat originally.
Nice.
But they are going to make a break for that tree that is right next to 4, like in between 2 and 4, and try to find some branches that might serve as decent clubs or something.
Okay. I mean, you can get clubs for the one that's right outside the door to number 1 if you want.
Well, that way they can get over there and get a little bit better.
Okay, that's fine. Are you going to run for it, or are you going to stealth it? There's still those vultures out there.
Yeah, they're going to try to stealth it.
All right, give me a roll.
Here. And yes.
Okay.
10?
No, you make it. Sure. And you start looking for some good clubs. So make me a luck check. If you make it, they're good, decent clubs. If you don't, you find some sticks that may last once.
It's fair. Of course. Yeah.
You find some stout sticks, but you're pretty sure they might be a little rotten. This tree might have been dead. They might hold up. They may not.
Okay.
We'll see what.
How much does the stick do?
It still acts as a club, so D6.
Okay.
Chuck, your new characters, over to the well. And as you are you're trying to use it as a little bit of cover, getting the lay of the land around you. And you can't help but notice, though, that the well, a very simple stone mortar well, bucket and a hoist mounted on the top. Roll me a D6.
Sure. One.
You hear voices from down in the well. Goblin voices.
Oh. Looking around the immediate area, do I see anything semi-large or heavy?
To throw down into the well?
Yeah, keep them from coming up.
The other person with you.
Well, I mean, looking down, the bucket's up on this side, so there's not a rope going down, and there's no ladder or anything. They
Okay.
would be having to climb up a very sheer wall.
Okay. So yeah, looking at they're not coming up. Okay.
Mm.
That's
Now, they
an
seem to be
important
having
note.
an argument with something else that sounds kind of like a goblin, but not quite as high pitched.
Okay. The Barry White of goblins is down
Yes.
there. Okay.
The Barry White of goblins.
Okay.
Goblin with a beard just like glued on.
Looking around.
Uh-huh.
Do I see anything between spot 9 and building 10?
The tree that you can use the foliage to hide yourself quite well.
Then that's what we're going
And
to do.
10, what are your characters again?
I'm a Cartwright and an Elven Sage.
Make me a luck check.
All right. Let's see which one I want. Oh my gosh, my character sheet minimized.
Okay. No.
Luck check. That is a success.
So the sign on the door, and popularly known in the town as the Mirror River Fishing Company, one of your characters knows that it is in fact the guild house of the Horde of Vultures Thieves Guild.
Oh, that's
It's a small town, but you still have a thieves guild.
As you should. I mean, the tax collector was here. He's got to sleep somewhere.
Yeah. Probably a card-carrying member.
Yeah.
The roof has collapsed upon the north entry door to this building. The rest of the building appears to be intact. There is a boat docked in the entryway on the south side of the building. This is it's a front for the Thieves Guild.
Sure.
All the doors and windows are locked, though. You can tell that the bars have been dropped, in the windows particularly.
Okay. We're going to go to the south door.
Okay.
And we're going to try and just give it a polite knock to see maybe someone's still in there.
You notice that there are several dead goblins laying outside various windows in the west side of the building as you're walking around. One of them has a crossbow bolt protruding from its chest. 2 dead goblins laying in the front of the building. Each goblin has 2 crossbow bolts buried in their chests.
Someone's a professional. Okay.
So you're going to knock on that south door, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Polite knocking, you say?
Polite knocking, intelligent knocking, something with a little rhythm.
You actually rolled pretty well. So I'm going to say the character that knows this is the Thieves Guild hears a woman's voice call out. It's like, psst, you trying to get us all killed? Stop knocking. This is Hera.
Oh.
She's the proprietress of the legitimate portions of this establishment.
We're trying to not get killed too. Samesies. Can we come inside?
Which character's talking?
This is Sage, my Elven Sage.
All right. Make me another luck check. Let's see if she knows you.
No.
You're forgettable.
He is, yeah.
I have no idea.
Prove to me you're not a goblin.
I am tall and I am not green. I am an elf.
Sure, you want me to stick my head out so that you can shoot me. I know how this works.
I'm speaking very fluent common.
You hear another voice inside, a deeper man's voice. This is Bronson. He's kind of the heavy of the guild. He's like, he's kind of right. I mean, it was the last time you heard a goblin with that much inflection to his speech.
That's true. I can read.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Make me a personality check.
Sure.
not asking too much on this one. An 8 will
It's
do
an
it.
8. All
The
right.
door cracks just a little bit, enough to see the business end of a crossbow being pointed out at you as the woman behind the door looks you over up and down and says, "Oh, you're that elf that made a little money on the side by renting out your booty. Yeah, come on in."
Ah, you know my business.
And there it is.
In I shall go.
You're inside. All the curtains have been drawn. They've dampened all the lights, and they're just kind of holding out. It's a pretty defensible place, as you notice that the bars are very stout oak that would drop over the frames of the doors. Very strong doors. But while safe, you probably could still be burned to the ground if someone had decided to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess I would ask, like, what information do you have about what's happening?
Well, if you're still alive, then you've seen it. Goblins come off the boat, just started rounding people up. They're doing something over in the old temple.
Oh, in the old temple. Okay. Did you know the wizard's gone?
They're thinking for a minute, is it worth going over there and robbing the place? Huh?
Oh,
They're
no,
looking
it's
at each other.
he's completely emptied out his stock.
Oh, so that old bastard knew this was going to happen.
That's my guess. Do you have some gear we can have, and we'll go take a look and see what's happening at the old temple?
Okay, look. There's an extra crossbow over there. You can take some bolts with you. You can take one of these short swords if you want.
Okay. I will take a crossbow and a short sword.
Okay. Crossbow is a D6 weapon, and you get like 10 bolts to go with it. And a short sword's also a D6 weapon.
Okay.
But one can stab you from the distance.
That's what counts.
All right. So let's see. Who hasn't had a thing in a while? John, what were you doing last? Oh, you got the clubs.
Yeah, I got the clubs.
Everybody's kind of split up. Let's go back to
All right.
Brad. Brad,
All right.
You're sticking a whole bunch of knives in a sack. You haven't gone back into the kitchen yet to see what's going on back there, but there are an awful lot of dead bodies just all over the place in here. You've got a Molotov cocktail, or at least the best of what you can put together.
What I would like to do is sneak over and then peek in through the door into 4A, which I'm assuming is the kitchen.
Yeah. There is a very large rat feasting on what remains of the cook.
Okay, well, he can keep doing that. So I'm going to go to the front door.
Okay.
And I want to peek out and see if I can see anybody.
All right. So if you peek out, you're going to see Chuck's characters around the well, kind of looking down and trying to decide. Wait, no. Chuck's characters left. Yeah, you don't see Chuck's characters. You see John's characters by the tree, just to the south of you there.
This tree here?
Wave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill, you went back into the shack, so he doesn't see your characters anywhere.
Okay. I want to sneak out the front and go to where John's characters are by the tree, and then hand him a couple of each person a sharp knife to use as a weapon.
Yeah, these can be thrown too. So
okay. So I'm gonna just start doling out knives like a mofo when I find people.
How much does a knife do?
D4.
D4.
How are things looking from what you've seen? I'm asking John's characters.
Bad. Real bad.
Haven't found anybody alive yet?
No, haven't really looked for anybody alive either. We were just moving out, and yeah, I don't know. Things are bad. Should we just? I mean, I don't know. Where did all the goblins go?
The GM has been rolling a D6 in secret, and he has only rolled a 1 once. And that's why you got undead coming out of the graveyard.
Hooray!
There are patrols. They just haven't made it around to your side yet.
Awesome. Were I a betting man, I'm guessing I'm going to point over to building 8.
Building 8 is the temple.
I wonder if maybe they're looking for treasures or something at the temple.
It is the place that's not on fire, and there does seem to be lights inside.
Okay.
And
it's also the place that you saw the goblins were hauling people into earlier today, and a lot of screams were coming out of there.
We should probably go check that out.
Yeah.
Maybe we can grab the other 2. I don't know where everyone all went.
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, number 5 is the governor's mansion.
We're just gonna have gold there. Right now, I need weapons.
Yeah.
And armor.
Alvin is. I recommend we kind of sneak back around this building here around 4, and then head over to 5.
All right.
Kind of move across behind the trees and just kind of try to sneak over.
Sure.
Okay.
Loop around to the back.
Bill, the undead from the graveyard are shambling uncomfortably close around the shed. They don't seem to be attracted by anyone. And you can see your friends out there by this old tree.
Okay.
Oh, we're that tree. Okay, sorry.
Talking. Oh, actually, no, you guys are at this tree over here. Sorry.
Okay.
There you are. Just outside of the hut, of the Undertaker's hut.
My characters will probably run and join them.
You gonna run? Or you gonna sneak?
I guess we'll try to sneak.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I believe in you.
Pull one up.
Okay. You go there just fine. The buzzards are, they find something really tasty about the tax collector, I'm imagining. He probably had a really good diet, so,
He's like the veal of humans.
Yeah. Really is.
It is unfortunate that we weren't able to get that statue back, though.
Yeah.
All right. So a group of you are all together there.
Alvin will dispense a knife
Knives.
each to Bill's characters. Sorry. And those are D4, Bill. Just
all right.
Some other places, just as we're out here talking. So I said that 5 is basically the mayor's domicile. 8 is the temple. 10 is the what was the official name of it? Give me a second. Let me get down there again.
Please tell me it's a drive-in.
Mirror River Fishing Company.
Okay.
Of course, there's the well. 11 is the Frisky Fish Tavern, because of course every small village needs 2 taverns
and a huge church.
Yeah. Come to Wisconsin, we can prove that in real life.
12 is the Sparkling Mirror General Store.
By the way, while he gives me the knives, I'm going to tell everybody that the dead
zombies
are out of the grave.
That is not a normal occurrence.
Okay.
15 is a blacksmith shop. 14 is basically just an old fishing hut that people used to keep all their boating supplies and such in. 16 is the forge for the blacksmith shop.
Okay.
17 is the Mirror Mountain mine shaft elevator, because you are a mining community.
Okay. I'm going to tell Bill and John's characters, guys, I've managed to scrape together what I'm going to call a Molotov cocktail. It has oil in it and a rag, and if needs be, you can light it on fire and throw it, and hopefully it'll break. So just in case I die, I don't want you to forget that this exists.
He named it after Molotov, the town drunk.
There must be some. He must have a strong stomach if he drinks that.
He's an interesting dude. You don't smoke around him, that's for sure.
What were 6 and 7, Bert?
6 and 7. 7 is the Succulent Hog Butcher Shop, and 6 is Goddard's Bakery.
So, all right. We got dead rising
residential houses are past that.
We got dead folks rising up. And they probably did some ritual in the temple there that caused that.
That would be sound, sure.
So maybe we should just go to the governor's mansion and then just keep going north and stop by the butcher shop, stop by the bakery, grab what food we can, and just leave.
That's
Because
not unreasonable.
Not
we are outclassed here and outnumbered, so
yeah.
but
Let's say that, Chuck, your characters peek your head out of the
Yeah.
thieves' guild place, now armed with a crossbow and such, and you see your fellow survivors conspiring over here by the tree.
Okay. Definitely, I'll try and sneak over to them.
The door most definitely is locked and barred behind you as you leave.
Yeah, understood. Well, they know my secret knock now, so they'll let me back in. Yeah, I'll join up with the crew.
You just
And
have
I
to
will-
drop trow and show the birthmark on your left cheek now. And they'll know who
That's-
you are.
That's it.
not a birthmark, it's a tattoo.
and
Get it.
Chuck, I will give each of your characters a knife.
Oh.
1d4.
Okay, you got enough? Because I've got a short sword
Yeah.
and a crossbow.
I've got 5 that I'm holding on to.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
yeah. At least this can be a backup weapon if something goes wrong.
Nice.
All right, what do you guys want to do? So far, the coast is clear. You don't see any guards around this part of town. The only thing that's actually lit because it's not burning is the temple. Everything else is either dark or on fire.
I'll share with everyone what I learned from the thieves, and they've got some kind of funky ritual going on at the temple. And 2, I heard goblin voices from down the well.
So maybe they're down in the mine shaft already.
Yeah.
And then Wayne said he saw zombies over in the graveyard coming out. So I think their ritual is done or nearing completion.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
Well, why don't we go check the temple out?
We were thinking about stopping at the governor's mansion to
For
see
money?
if not so much for money, but maybe there's good weapons there, something that we can use to defend ourselves. And then we were thinking of just hitting the butcher shop and the bakers and just getting the heck out of here.
Good with that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you had me at governor's mansion and the mention of money, but yeah, good gear is all.
I'd
For
love
one
to
second,
save
guys.
my wife and
Give me one
kid,
second.
but probably already gone. Just saying. Seems like it's
Yeah.
been like a whole day of things going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Let's go to the governor's mansion.
Governor's mansion.
All right.
Maybe we can peer in some windows over at the temple there when we're going by and just see if we can see something going on.
Sure.
And we were talking about sliding around the backside of 4 and looping around to try to keep out of sight as much as possible.
Yeah, if you want to keep going around that way, then no roll necessary. Although my roll in the background to see what else is going around. But as you approach the grand house of the town magistrate, you see bodies of townsfolk laying in front of both of the entrances.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
The fire has caused the ceiling in the northwest corner of the home to collapse.
Oh,
And you see wolves feasting on the viscera of 3 people just inside the door frame there.
In A, B, or just 5?
Just 5 in general. All the
Okay.
rest of them are internal.
Okay, gotcha.
do we need? I mean, we can try and sneak up and ambush the wolves. I mean, if we need in there.
Do
I
we
was
need to
thinking maybe we could just peek into 5A and see if there's any weapons there, because that part's
Yeah.
not on fire. You said 5C is on fire, right?
If you want to just
Or
peek in the
5 feet.
window.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bedroom. There's a woman laying here, obviously dead, face down on the bed, and a large pool of blood that's soaked into the bedding. Several obvious stab wounds decorate the body. The dresser and chest behind her are smashed in all their sides. Clothes and other garments strewn about the floor, but nothing alive in there. If you want to check B.
Sure.
Okay. So this is where the village's communal wealth was held. The village vault.
Oh.
A quick glance through the window there shows the vault was emptied before the ceiling collapsed.
Oh, that's fair.
But nothing else in there. And then C is the magistrate's office. Other than his overly large desk and chair, looking around, it's quite dark in here, and there's not like a lot of great light behind you. But it doesn't appear to be anyone in the room, but it also doesn't look like it's really been gone over. The desk and drawers are kind of a mess, and there's a bunch of stuff on the floor. But you don't see like dead bodies in there.
What the? Okay.
How's it go again, Brad?
Should we sneak in there and see if there's anything that we can use?
I mean, if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so the window is closed. How do you want to try and get in? If you want to go through the normal doors, that's where the wolves are feasting. But there is a window into this room.
So,
yeah, right here. Okay.
My two characters are gonna want to sneak over to this window and look at.
Over there.
Over at
Okay.
AD. Yeah.
All right. Well, as you get close to the window, we'll just describe this real quick. You do definitely hear chanting going on in there.
Okay.
8D, you say?
Yeah.
That was the dining hall. All the furniture has been stacked in front of the window, making it very hard to see through there.
That's a good sign. Okay.
All right. Bill, what's your characters doing?
Have we run to the governor's mansion yet?
Yeah, you're looking through the windows now, trying to see what's in there. The main area, number 5, the main area of 5, there are wolves and they're eating bodies right now.
So we've just been kind of going.
You guys have been peering through the windows of the rooms.
Is the window looking into 5A? Is that like openable?
Well, they're all closed. You tell me how you want to open it.
Can I like shimmy my dagger in to work the latch and then just gently push the window up?
I think that will require a roll. Give me one there.
Yeah.
Agility.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you think your profession might help.
No. Oh,
very nice.
20.
Yes, you easily maneuver the catch so that it's nice and quiet. Slides open beautifully.
Nice.
This is 5A, you said, right?
5A, yeah. Because that's the one that had the dead
woman
lady in
dead
it.
on the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in there. The door from 5A into 5 is open, but not fully, and you can hear the wolves just ripping and tearing into flesh.
Okay. We've made it this far. So I'll go to the window and whisper to the people outside. All right. We throw something at the tree to the south of 5. Get the wolves to run out, and then I run in and I close the door. That way the wolves can't come back in. And then we can safely search 5 before moving on.
My characters are going to move down to C. Actually, no, that's going to put them closer to the wolves. You're going to move up to 8G.
8G and take a look in?
Yep.
All right. Again, you can hear chanting going on, and there are some screams here and there as well. There's a dead priest laying in the bed of this room, so this must have been one of the clergy's bedrooms. You're imagining. What's particularly sickening, though, is that the body seems to have been harvested of all its major organs, including its eyes.
Oh,
There's also a large locked chest at the foot of the bed. Oddly, there's no blood on the floor here.
That's weird.
oh. Hmm. Well, there's one more window to check, so I'll
You're
move
gonna
down
check
to
eye?
AI. Yeah,
All right, we'll give you that, then we'll go back to the next person.
sure.
There are 10 women being held prisoners here. They're tied foot and hands in front of them. There are 2 dead female townsfolk in the room as well.
Okay. All right. What are the
Make me a luck
oh,
check.
all right. Yeah. No. There you go.
Okay, since you made that luck roll, I'm going to say you don't recognize anyone.
Oh boy.
That's the lucky part.
Okay.
You can feel free to leave them to whatever might happen.
All
right, so back. So there's a plan. There's a plan to distract the wolves.
Yeah.
You guys want to interact that plan?
Yeah.
Who's going to make the distraction? Who's going to throw something to attract the wolves out of the main room?
Wayne picked up a big rock and throw it.
You can just pick up a big rock and throw it?
Yeah, like is there a window by that part of the building?
Not really. You'll have to be somebody to do it. Someone's going to have to be outside of the house.
Yep.
Okay.
So all of us get in this room except for your thrower. And then you make a mad dash, hop through this window.
Okay. I don't think Slarty Bardfast would do that, so Wayne will be the thrower.
All right. Here's what I want you to do. Make me a luck check.
Okay. Shoot, there we go. And look. Looks like I rolled. Oh, I'm sorry.
You succeeded. Okay. The wolves tear out of the door, going in the direction that you threw the rock. So I think Chuck, your character, runs across the floor of the main room and throws the bars on the front door and closes them. While everyone else climbs inside. Okay, so everybody's in now.
Except me.
Except for you.
Yeah.
Maybe he threw the rock in your direction.
Oh, no.
I threw out that tree way over there.
Okay.
Okay, so you're seeing the remains of people that have been viciously savaged and partially digested by wolves.
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, I mean, at least if we get stuck here for a while, we got some emergency rations.
Well, no, I was saying that. It looks like they were in the middle of having guests over. Maybe why there's so many bodies here, because you do see that there's like food just scattered about everywhere.
There's probably cheese.
Yeah, cakes and bread and cheeses and fish.
Have some snacks, loot some pockets, look for some better gear.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Well,
in the main room, again, this is a nice bucolic little town, so nobody's got any weapons on them. You do find some gold and silver here and there if you're looting the corpses. A couple more flasks of oil. If you're looking for coin, though, the big thing is that, food was being served on silver trays and golden goblets and crystal bowls and such like that. But that's a little hard to travel with.
Yeah, we find a bag, or even we get the tablecloth. We load up all the silver, and then we tie it up into a bag and set it by the door. That way, when it's time to leave, as we're running out of town, we just grab the bag.
That's fair. Yeah.
But if you're also looking for loot, the village's vault is in room 5B.
Oh, yeah. Let's get in that vault.
Okay, so to get there, you got to go through the magistrate's office, 5C. And this is where, you know, I had said that some of the furniture was turned over. There's refuse all over the place. There's a body, a dead male, throat slash, stripped of clothing for some reason, is just in the middle of all this detritus here. The thing that kind of catches your attention, there's a small plaque on the off-center shelf that's kind of laying on the floor on its side says, "May your arrows always fly true."
Well, that's a fancy plaque. I take it.
Mm-hmm. Make me a luck check.
Sure.
Okay.
Roll a 1.
You twist and pull because the plaque doesn't just want to come off, and finally you rotate it counterclockwise, and the plaque still doesn't come off, but a hidden door is revealed in the chest, and behind it is a longbow with 12 arrows.
Nice.
There's also a silver ring.
The elven sage, without hesitation, will put the ring on.
Okay.
But I will ask Bill and Brad, your characters that are here, are any of you good with a longbow? Because longbow, is that the one?
Remember,
that
you're 0 level
strength?
characters. Everybody's equally as good with mere.
Okay.
But if you have a bonus to your agility. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm asking. I got 0s on my agilities.
Mhm.
So if either of you are better,
I have a +2 on one of my characters.
I think you should take this longbow.
I have 0 on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I've got, what I'd do then is swap out a pickaxe to somebody as a weapon.
I don't need it. So Bill, if you need a pickaxe,
Yeah, Wayne will take a pickaxe. He'd rather
Okay.
have that than a shovel.
The pickaxe 1d6 for damage.
Okay.
This longbow is a D8.
Holy crap.
nice.
Okay. Weapon.
The arrows look particularly sharp and deadly.
Wayne will give his shovel to Slarty Bartfast.
There you go.
1d8. Attack bonus base. I haven't been looking at that. Just 0.
Yeah, you're 0 level characters. The only bonus
Oh,
is
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
strength
Gotcha.
or your agility bonus.
Gotcha.
I guess it's
Gotcha. Okay.
it's good that Slarty's got the shovel. That way he can use it to make some more fjords.
And how many arrows? I'm sorry.
12.
12 sharp arrows. Okay. Yeah, turn that off.
Almost like your mayor might have been an adventurer in a past life.
Oh.
Turned rich scumbag. Nice.
Dig it.
What do we, there's the tax collector was definitely a scumbag. But was the mayor?
No, not at all. The mayor is like the fact that you all knew that like the town's vault was here and that
Oh, okay.
funds were being put aside for the town to grow. Overall,
Oh,
a pretty good
okay.
mayor.
I just, with your description of all the gold and
Yeah.
lavish stuff in here, I was like, oh, he's just fleecing everybody. And okay.
It's more like the loot he acquired while he was an adventurer.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. It was either that or tank your economy.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So,
It's like, well, I could trade in these silver goblets and golden plates, and everyone else will go hungry, or I could just eat on it. I mean,
You made the right choice.
yeah, no, it's more than fair. More than fair. Okay.
Was that your spinny thing, John?
Yes.
Okay. It came through.
so who was still outside? John, you were still outside.
Yep.
So you found where some prisoners are being held.
Yep. Yes, I did.
I guess, do you want to look into J? You're going to go around the
Yeah,
building?
may as well. May as well.
Okay. In J, in that little corner there, you see some black-robed figures appears to be performing some kind of ritual over several dead bodies that lay lifeless in the corridor. It's a woman just chanting loudly, calling upon the power of Vorklath, who's the god of death, to animate the rotted flesh and bones of the slain townfolk.
Oh,
You hear her scream out, "Give me minions to serve your will and vex your enemies."
That's choice.
Son of a. All right.
My two characters look at each other and like, well, I think it's time to go. We should probably get the others and go. And they're going to scurry back.
Okay.
And
okay, make me a luck check to see where the wolves are currently.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Don't yell at me. My cat. She's like, go to bed.
That's like, you need to be eating my wolves. Oh, you
no.
made it. They're padding away, looking for whatever made the sound, and the wind is against you, so your scent isn't being traveled in that direction.
Can I see them in like 5C? Like,
Well, they're looting the place, so I assume someone's got some light going on because they can't all see in the dark.
yeah, so I like move up to a window and I'm like, rap.
It's an undead. Shoot it.
I'll open it.
How do we know you're not a zombie?
Because I'm talking. We need to go. I did find some women folk, but they're currently in the middle of a ritual to resurrect all of the slain townsfolk as undead. We need to go.
Should we stop that so we don't have all more undead following us?
We could try, but I don't know if we'll make it back there in time.
Molotov cocktail.
Yep. One of my characters is lawful and would go and chuck the cocktail at her.
Lawful, but not stupid. No.
Well, I mean, you know.
I'm kidding.
Well, all right. Why don't we get the ladies out of the back corner there of the temple? We can get them out.
Yeah. Why don't we
Okay.
do that? So we'll hit
And then if
I.
we
And
go
then,
into the back door over there, we could possibly interrupt the ritual.
so we open the window at I, and this is a door between I and J, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's possible to just crawl in here, free the women folk, and then chuck the Molotov through the door.
Yep. It does sound like there's a lot more people in there chanting too, by the way.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Okay.
Oh,
I
we found
haven't
more
seen a whole lot.
oil here in the governor's mansion. Let's make some more
Okay. Yeah.
broies.
Yeah. So there were 2 more pints, so you can make 2 more.
Nice.
We should probably spread those around in case somebody dies with one.
Yeah. I'll have Cavill take one, and then Bill or John, if you want one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, Wayne will take one.
All right.
What's the plan?
So we sneak in through I, throw a Molotov into J, and then run away.
Yep.
And
Sounds
through
good.
6 and 7 because we need food.
Well, if we've got a couple, can we throw one like right into J and then one in front of F to try to block off anybody coming from that way to let us sneak back out of I?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's going to be a little awkward with us all
I
just
don't know
standing
what
in
that-
that doorway.
What's all in there? Like there could be 40 people in there. Easy.
We could scout around the other side of the building to try and take a peek in F and E.
Sure. Did you take care of those wolves?
No,
No, they're busy.
we distracted them.
Did you let them loose outside?
Yes, because we wanted to go inside.
Could have warned me.
Well, we didn't know where you were. And plus, it's wildlife. They'll disperse naturally.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything here, totally natural. Totally natural.
One sec.
So, yeah. then we should, while we're here in the governor's mansion with all these rich people.
So what's the plan?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to steal all the underwear from all the rich people.
Okay, you've never felt silky underwear like this.
Well, not to wear, so we can start a business afterwards.
Oh, there you go.
I learned it from you, Bert.
Mhm.
That's nasty. Who wants? Get your dead underpants.
It's rich man's dead underpants, buddy.
Right. It's the rich part that really overrides the other descriptors.
That's okay. That's fair.
Hey, is there some any rope in here? Or
You can probably get some ropes off of the curtain pulls.
Okay.
I mean, not
I
a
want
great
to
deal, but yeah.
tie one of the knives to the end of one of my sticks and make it into a makeshift spear.
Okay, you can do that. You have a spear.
I thought you were going to make one of the meteor hammers or whatever.
Thought about that.
Whip sword.
Yeah.
I'm doing crafting from like Sons of the Forest or something.
All right. Well, you have a spear. There you go.
All right. Yeah. Let's.
So before you head out, though, you happen to glance through the window, and there are 2 zombies coming down this way here out of the forest, and they're just shambling down this way. They don't seem to notice you or anything yet, but they are kind of in between you and the temple.
I'll take a snipe out of a window at one of them.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's 7.
Oh, that's not going to hit.
If I were to dump a point of luck on that, would it change anything?
Let me see. What is their armor class? If you can dump 2 points of luck on that, it would be a hit.
That's too much luck for me. Okay. It's a miss.
Okay.
I'll pop back in and close the window.
All right. Make me a luck check.
Sure. No.
They did notice that something fired at them, so they're starting to slowly amble towards the governor's house.
Sorry, guys.
Well, the good news is we can probably outrun them.
Yeah.
This is true.
They do seem to be your slow variety of zombie.
Well,
Or they're hiding it.
someone bangs on this window, and then everyone else goes around out back and gets them from behind.
The dwarf says, "Not me."
With my whip, you said I can trip with it.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to waste an arrow on zombies, but I guess I can get it back if I don't screw up the shot. What do you think? Should I shoot a zombie or
I think we can just
get out?
invade. Yeah, let's just get out.
Ignore them.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get lucky and they can stumble into some goblins or something.
Some wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wolves like stinky meat.
They do. It's like camembert.
Or vultures, they're carrion eaters. Maybe we can get the vultures over here.
Oh.
Okay, what's your plan? I'm going to say that they're right outside the door here, kind of sniffing around, trying to look through. They haven't found a target yet, but they know that there's something in there.
Okay. Well, let's go out the north door.
Mm-hmm.
And we either make...
That's a window. But you can go out the window, though.
Yeah.
Okay. And either make directly for I, or we go around and we check out and see what's going on at F and E.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably figure out what's happening before we do something.
Okay.
Just remember, the longer we take, the more time they have to finish the ritual. And then
Yeah. All right. let's loop around. Let's do this thing.
All right. F. Again, a lot of furniture's been stacked against the window. So it's really hard to see in there.
Okay. What about E?
E is the kitchen. Doesn't appear to be anyone in there, but it's full of cooking knives, forks, spoons, pots, pans, dishes, bowls, and neatly organized racks.
So we could take a quick skedaddle check over at 15. Blacksmith, see if there's anything there.
Or is that 16's the blacksmith?
That's a forge. 15 is a blacksmith, 16 is forge.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
If we can get some rope or something, we get into the window in E, tie it around the handles of some pots and pans.
Well, both of... Oh, no, only one of my characters has rope.
But we make a lot of clatter from outside the window on E. All the goblins run into E, and then we just pop up in the window and throw some Molotovs at them.
There is more than just goblins. The cultists I saw were human.
Okay. That's not good.
Nope. Okay, well, let's do 15, sneak over there.
Hey, Bert.
Mm-hmm.
The women folk that I saw in I, did they look distressed?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And I at least did I at least recognize them from seeing them around town?
Yeah, just nobody you particularly cared about.
Okay. I don't like anyone. It's fine.
So you want to go over to the blacksmith shop, 15?
Yeah.
All right. The glowing anvil by the sign on the outside lays a man and his daughter. Both have several slash wounds on their bodies. The shop's been burned and the roof's collapsed. The door is blocked by rubble from the inside.
Okay. Well,
now you could get in there perhaps by climbing on the roof and going down the chimney or something like that, but yeah.
I don't think it's worth the time or trouble at this point.
All right, do we want to peek into 16 in case he was forging something?
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
The forged fire is extinguished. 2 swords and a battle axe are partially finished with a full set of blacksmithing tools laying by the forge.
I don't need blacksmith tools.
Who's got the lowest luck?
I got an 11 and a 15.
You mean all of us?
Yes.
I got a 5.
I think you're probably the lowest.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a check?
Okay.
Come on, John.
Don't worry. I'll be sure to fuck us. There we go.
So you happen to notice, just as they notice you, that number 17, which is the Mirror Mountain Mineshaft elevator, there are 4 goblins stationed out there. Since you're kind of short, you didn't notice them at first. And it looks like one of them actually you meet eyes.
Okay.
Hey, just so you know, I'm watching you. Hey, bro, my daughter.
Okay. He at first he's a little shocked. He's not quite sure what to make of it. Then he kind of nudges the rest of his companions, and they grab their spears and they start coming in your direction.
Oh, okay. We outnumber them.
Okay. We'll fight.
Okay. Yep. You have some ranged weapons, and actually, they do too. So let's have initiative.
That's fair. It's not like they're terribly far away.
Oh, I got a 19.
Goblins be slow. 11.
12.
2.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm having a good night.
Bill, do we get your initiative?
Oh, let me do that. I just roll one initiative, or do I roll?
Just roll the best bonus between your characters.
Okay, I think that's going to be Wayne. Yeah.
So you guys were at 16. So like it's like 15 feet apart or so. Okay. So a few of you will go before they do. So Chuck, looks like you go first.
Yeah, first thing I do, shoot a crossbow.
Go for it.
That's a 9.
They have not yet put out an alarm. If you want to luck that up by 2 points, you'll hit. Otherwise, it's a miss.
Yeah, I think this I will. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage then.
5?
5 points, huh? Let's see. Oh yeah. You drop one.
Noise.
3 left.
I'll have my other character run up to one and swing with the sword.
Okay. You cross the distance and swing. Go ahead.
Swing
That
at
hits.
15.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do your damage.
5 damage.
You kill another one.
Nice.
They have not yet had a chance to sound an alarm. 11. Bill will go.
Right.
Actually, no. 12. Brad, you will go first.
All right. Longbow. I'm rolling agility for that.
Yep. And you can shoot one of the ones that Chuck's not in melee with, so you don't have to worry about.
Okay.
Since the goblins haven't had a chance to go yet, they're not all massed on him. Okay, that hits.
Okay,
It's a
and
D8. Well, you're using the nice bow?
yes.
Yeah. Okay, D8.
D8. 3.
Okay, another one goes down. So the only one that's up is one that Chuck's there. His character's there. So they're going to go on 11. Bill, I'll let you go first before the goblin does. So still no alarm is made and no loud noises have been made yet. So Bill, there's one left. It's not in melee yet. Hasn't had a chance to interact with anyone. What do you want to do?
Well, I think Slarty Barfest is going to find his courage, break the end off of the rake, and throw a spear at him.
Okay,
Nice.
You're going to throw a spear. Go right ahead.
All right. Let me see how to...
So it's going to be a D20 plus your agility bonus. And since it's not got a metal tip on it, it'll be good for one shot. So you'll get the full bonus of it being a spear or the full damage, but it's only going to be good once.
Okay. Well, I'll... that's just a straight D20 roll for me. Roll here.
No, that is a miss. That's a long miss. Okay, so...
At least I didn't roll one. When he doesn't have any ranged weapons, can he get...
Was he given some knives? Because you can throw those knives.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to throw a knife.
Yep.
All right. Let me see how to do that.
The same thing, just D20 plus your agility bonus.
Okay, and his agility is a little better. Let me check that out. All right. No, it's just a straight D20.
Okay. 12. That'll hit. It's a D4. Go ahead and roll. Roll high. As high as you can. That's enough. Okay, you guys have taken out the 4 goblin watchmen before any cry was made.
Very good.
Woo-hoo!
And as you were investigating the forge, I'd said that there is a partially finished battle axe and a sword. You guys can use them. It's what's happened is the handles haven't been fully crafted yet. So like you can just wrap them with some cloth, just something perfunctory that you can use as a handle.
Nice.
Who wants them?
I'm good with the crossbow and a short sword, so...
Yeah, I've got the horsewhip to trip people, so we can...
My rice farmer will take the battle axe.
Okay, that's a D8.
Nice.
Please.
It is two-handed, though. You do need to use 2 hands.
All right.
Okay. So again, you pause for a moment. Now I'm going to roll a d6 to see if it brought any attention. You didn't make a lot of noise. It seems to be okay. Nothing's running in your direction. You don't hear anybody crying around, other than the screams that are coming from the temple over there.
Yeah.
There were 2 swords, you said?
Yes.
Long swords or
D6s.
short swords? Okay. I'll have my other guy grab one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, do we go back to dealing with the temple?
I still say free the women and just run, but it's up to you.
I don't know. What do the rest of you guys think? I think stop it, because who says they're going to stop raising the undead here?
Yeah, that's fair.
We could run away for them to show up in our next home and do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no idea if they're trying to raise an undead workforce to work the mine. I think that's kind of interesting that they're all down.
What if some of us stay behind to deal with these cultists, but at least some of us leave to warn anybody else that this might be coming?
If we want to do that, we could go talk to the Thieves Guild. They're holed up in there, and we can see if they got someone they can send out by boat to run an alarm.
Also, there's a boat right there. Pointing at the boat by 14.
Yeah.
How many people would a boat that size hold, Bert?
6, if you're careful.
Yeah.
But there are several boats. Like, yeah, you see the map. There are several good boats along the shore there.
I mean, we go get the people who are being held hostage out of that room. We grab a handful of boats. We use some rope to lash them together, and we just escape on a large flotilla.
Yeah, we can do that
Yeah.
too. All right. Well, we're burning daylight or burning nighttime, whatever. We should probably loop around and open a window and get those folks out, sneak them out as best we can.
Okay. Who's opening the window or attempting to do so?
I will. I have an agility of 17.
Okay. Make me a luck check first.
Okay.
Which window? Which
I.
okay.
All right, luck check. So you go to the window and you kind of not too quickly so as to not draw the attention of the person who's just come into that room and has taken one of the prisoners who starts begging and screaming as they're pulled by the hair out of the door. The door closes. So you're able to not be seen just barely, but one of the prisoners have been taken out of the room.
Shit. That's my lawful character, dude. Oh, no, it's not. It's the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
This one's neutral. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Pop the window open, sneak in,
Make me
and
roll.
okay. So agility.
Okay. They did take precautions in case any of the prisoners would remove their bonds and could get to the window. So it looks like it's been wedged shut. So you're able to wiggle like a knife under there. Now, here's the thing. You're pretty sure you could wrench it up, pulling out that spike. It might make some noise, but you could do it. You don't, unless you can come up with something better, you're pretty sure this is going to make some noise, though.
Is it just like a single pane of like glass?
Yes. And they used a spike to kind of spike the bottom of the door of the window into the sill.
All right. My character is going to pull off their shirt and wrap it around like he's still got his stick and wrap it around there and like rap on the glass gently to get their attention.
Okay.
just kind of like, like motion, we're gonna get him out, but also to kind of back away, and he's gonna try to quietly, because but with the wrapped end, bust out the glass.
Okay. You do it slowly, and you're able to bust out the glass enough that you can reach through and kind of get that wedge out of place. And so you've got the window open. Someone's going to have to go in there and start cutting bonds so that they can have use of their hands and feet. Who's going to be?
Clarity Birdfest will do that.
All right. Give me a luck check.
All right.
I would be asking them, if there's more of you, what's going on?
Nope.
So you get all of the women out, and on the outside, you start quietly asking them questions. They shake their heads. They don't know. There was at least twice as many of them through the day, but they've been pulling them out one at a time. Seems to be about one every hour. They've been pulling them out, and something horrific's going on in the temple. They've heard some talk of something going on in the mines, but they don't know what it is exactly. Bill, your character gets the last one out as the door opens, and a cultist human carrying just water and some rotten bread, apparently giving them a meal, walks in and sees you at the door. Initiative, please.
Oh, no.
Everybody go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 1. Ouch.
Yeah, see?
Comes Bert with a 20.
11.
Yeah. Oh.
That's still better than everyone else, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. So he starts yelling for the guards as he drops the plate. And draws a sword and enters the room. That's going to be his action, though. He'll go into melee with your character Bill, but I'm not going to let him attack since he had to drop what was in his hand and draw out his blade. But he is in melee range with you. So that was at 11, and he did get off the alarm.
Okay.
So 10, you're up, Bill. Or no, wait, who's up at? Sorry, that was 11. Who's up? 8
Bill's
is
up.
Bill. Yeah, okay.
I'm up. Okay. Clarity Birdfest is gonna let out a war cry that he didn't know he had and take his shovel and bash it into the head.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Where's the... Oh, here it is.
Ooh,
No.
that's a whiff. That is a whiff. Everyone else is outside of the window.
Yep.
So what do you guys do? John or Brad, either one of you got the 6s. So
Is Wayne near enough to run in and do something?
Sure. He'd have to crawl through the window, but yeah.
Okay, I'll go through the window as quickly as I can and try to chop him with my pickaxe.
Sure. I tell you what, make me an agility check. If you make it, you make this beautiful parkour swan dive through the window and you can roll up and attack. If you fail it, you get through, but you can only get in melee. You can't attack.
Gotcha.
Oh, crit.
Nice.
All right. Not only do you get in there and get to attack, but since you critted that, I'll give you a bonus on the attack roll as you surprise this guy with your agility. So go ahead and make your attack, and you can have a +5.
Oh, okay. So we'll just add 5 to this.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Okay, that's a hit with a pickaxe. Go ahead and give me a roll there. D6. 4. Okay, you lodge that deep into his side. It's not enough to kill him, but you've done some decent damage.
All right.
Okay, so who had the other 6? Brad?
Well, that's me and Brad.
Yeah.
Brad, you want to go? Why don't you go first?
So the goblin is still
It's not
standing?
a goblin. It's human.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a dude.
Human
cultist.
cultist. Yep.
Okay. Gonna shoot an arrow through the window.
Okay. He is in melee. Just to throw that out there. But you can. You can certainly do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a whirl.
Go for it. Oh, nice. You hit. Go ahead and do your damage. You need to do just 3 points of damage to drop him.
Yeah, it's just a D8, so fuck me. Are you kidding?
2 points. Yeah, doesn't quite drop him.
Another character.
Yeah. If that character has a dagger, you can throw it.
Yeah, actually he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna throw the knife.
Sure.
So that is
I was hoping you'd say that. Come on, miss.
Oh no.
That's agility to
agility is the bonus you use for the attack roll, yeah. Oh, it's a hit. Okay, well, you only need to do a point of damage, so you kill him.
Okay.
Bill, your characters are free, but you do hear the sound of the chanting was interrupted, and you hear booted feet running up the hallway. What do you guys do? You got a bunch of prisoners right outside the window.
I think Slarty Bartfast is going to attack because he's.
You don't need to. He's dead. The one guy inside is dead.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, but you hear more troops coming, running up the hallway. The door is partially open, so actually you see the movement. What do you want to do?
I'm going to run out the door, both of them.
Okay. Well, you come face to face with a woman, and again wearing these kind of cultist robes. Her hands are just bathed in blood. She has a curved dagger that she's holding up. We're just gonna roll. We're just gonna continue initiative is what we're gonna do, actually. So those were the 6s. So what are you doing there?
Me.
Yeah.
Well, if
I didn't go yet.
John gets
so yeah,
sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. So it sounds like people are coming. All right. My two guys, they're gonna run to the. What is this temple made out of primarily?
Stone.
Stone. Okay, never mind then. If there's wood, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, well, it's got a wood. It's got thatch on the roof, and it's got wood awnings, but the base of it's stone.
Yeah,
but there's flammable stuff on it for sure.
No, actually, then I'm gonna start guiding the women folk around to the boat.
Okay, you're gonna guide them to the boat.
Yeah,
right?
We'll go around the back.
Sure. Okay, Chuck.
So he's taking care of the ladies. Brad's characters have ran farther inside.
No, we're still outside.
You're outside.
I'm sorry,
he
Bill's
threw a
characters.
Knife. Yeah. Bill's characters are inside, and now you don't see. Well, you don't see one of them. One of them went out into the hallway, so it was gone from view.
Oh, this is a rough situation.
Wait, didn't I run outside though?
No, so like you were in this room, 8i, and then you were hearing the boots come up this hallway, and then that's the door that you went out of. I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to run down to 8G and see if I can get in.
Okay. You trying to be quiet about it, or do you just want to get in?
I just want to get in.
You smash the window. You get in.
Okay.
Okay.
So my
8G. There's a dead priest laying in the bed. This is the one where all his organs
bits.
harvested, but there's nothing else in here. Yeah, there is a large locked chest at the foot of the bed.
Okay. I'm not worried about the chest right now. My thought here is they're going to be running towards Bill at 8I, 8J, and I want to hit him from behind while he's engaged with him in the front.
Okay.
We're going to Eiffel Tower this thing.
Sure. I'm going to say you don't have time to. So you're going to have time to get through the window. You're going to have time to open the door and come up into the hallway here, so you can see. Right. It's just the one woman looking completely badass marching towards Bill's character.
Okay.
You were probably heard because you didn't try to be quiet about shattering the window, but is kind of focused on Bill's character.
Sure. That's perfect.
Okay. So is that everyone on your side?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go back up to the top of the list, and that means it's her turn. And let's see. She is going to cast paralysis on your character, Bill.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and make me a fort save, please?
I will do that.
Oh, you made it.
Nice.
Critically made it. You okay? You're unaffected by the spell.
Woohoo!
All right.
Okay.
That makes it your turn. You notice that she is carrying a multi-headed flail. She unlimbers a shield in her other hand, and underneath her robe, she's wearing chain.
Oh my!
Okay. I'm gonna hit her with the shovel.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Go
You
ahead.
slap someone in the face with
Gonna hit him with the shovel. Where's that? Here we go.
Enjoy a shovel to the
No.
face. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big old whiff right there.
Wayne will try to squeeze in and hit her with the pickaxe.
Okay, yeah, so you're all gonna be in melee with her. Okay, that's all good. That helps for the spell casting. With her armor, that does not hit.
Damn.
Ooh.
So you do hit her, but she easily smacks aside your blow with her shield.
All right.
Okay, who's next?
Brad or John?
Why don't you go, Brad?
All right. Gonna shoot an arrow at her.
Okay, go for it.
That was a 14.
That's still going to miss because of all of her armor.
If I were to spend luck, if I were to spend like 2,
You would need to spend 4 points.
Oh, God. That's a lot.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
That's a D8, correct? Correct. D8. Come on, roll high, you son of a
7
bitch.
points.
7.
Yeah, I mean that definitely hurt. But definitely definitely does not take her out. But definitely hurt. Who is next?
Is that all your characters, Brad?
Oh, actually, the other one's gonna sneak in. Or sneaking is kind of stupid at this point. Crawl through the window, duck, and then use the horsewhip to try to get her ankle and trip her.
Okay, that's a lot of movement and motion to get to behind her. So you can get in easily enough, and you can get into you can get in to set that up next round. But you can't do all of that with one.
Nope, that's fine. Okay,
all right,
so
who's next?
Going in the window.
Me.
Go for it.
I continue guiding the women folk to the boat.
Make me a luck check.
All right.
Come on, John.
Okay.
Missed it by 1.
You start getting everybody on board the boats, and as you clamber aboard, you got enough room. You've got a few of the women on board with you. A few of them are already in a boat and start paddling off. Are you going to wait for your friends, or are you going to paddle off? Whoever's next in initiative, if you are, well, none of you are close behind. All the rest of you are back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did I get all the women on there? Or
Yes.
there- okay.
2 boats. You got most of them on one, and then some on here with you.
Okay. I will wait 1 round before I leave without them.
Okay.
It's fair. Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
I am not mad about it at all. Someone's got to
Okay.
save the day.
Sounds good. So Chuck, I believe that's you coming in behind. Yes, she did
yeah.
notice you, so
That's
it's not
fine.
a surprise, but yeah, you can get into melee there if you want.
Okay. So first thing, Sage, my elf, is going to shoot with the crossbow and hopefully not.
Yes. Okay, go ahead and make the shoot.
Yeah. That's an 8.
That's a miss. And see, there's 2. So I'm going to roll a d3. 1 and 2 are your friends. 3 is just a miss. Okay, Bill, you get hit.
All right.
Or might get hit. Roll the attack again.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
You
It's
will
a 10.
forever be called Foe Slayer, which is going to hit a 0 level unless you've got an agility bonus there.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
roll your
I'm sorry,
damage.
Bill.
Which one?
You can
Or do
choose,
I-
Bill.
Okay, Slarty Bark first.
2
2
points of
damage.
damage.
Okay, he's not down.
Okay.
All right. Crossbow in him, though.
And then Cavil's going to run up with a short sword
Mm-hmm.
and swing with a 4. I'm doing great.
Miss. Okay.
That's my turn.
Back at the top of the round. Actually, I'm going to give you guys a bonus because now it's 4 on 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even with the bonus, though, that's still going to miss. But back at the top with her going now, too risky to cast spells, so she's just going to beat a man with the flail. She's going to beat a man with the flail. All right. So first of all, I'm just going to roll first, and we'll figure out who she hits. +3. 11. Okay, so there are 4 of you there, right?
3 in melee.
3 melee. So 1, 2, 3. We'll do it that way. So Bill, it's your character.
Oh no.
You can decide which one it is.
Hey, let's go with Slarty Bark fast again.
Gets crushed with 6 points of damage
Yep.
as this flail with 3 solid brass balls just crushes his skull in.
That's twice the amount of hit points he has left, so yeah.
All right, that's her go.
It's Bill's turn.
Okay, well, Wayne's gonna yell, "Ah!" and attack with his pickaxe.
Okay.
He'll avenge it. For
Come
Slarty
on,
Bark,
Wayne.
You're going to get a +2 to the hit because you got 2 other people around you. Well, no, actually, because one of you just died, right? So yeah, so 2 is a +2. +2.
Okay. Here.
Is Chuck's character still at distance?
Yeah.
So a D20 plus your strength bonus. Ooh, that's so close. You want to spend a point of luck? You need an 18 to hit her.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then go ahead and roll your damage.
Come on, Wayne.
All right.
You can do it.
3 points. Okay.
Nice.
She's still up, but I mean, she's taking some serious damage. Who's next?
Brad.
Okay. Gonna do the horse.
You want to
whip
try and trip?
Yep, try to trip her.
All right, so you need to hit. So you have to make a melee attack, and you need to hit her.
Not with that.
That's not going to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch.
Technically in melee now with them, so it's going to add bonuses to everyone else that attacks now. So where are we? We're at John's characters, or did you have another character, Brad?
I still have another character.
All right.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow.
Oh boy. Missing here is there's a lot of friendly targets. And
there we go. Roll
All
the
right,
7.
So there's 3 of you around her again.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, and 3 are you guys. 4 is just a clean miss. Oh, that's one of your characters, Brad. That is your character that's in melee, Brad.
He's got 1 hit point. He's dead.
Yep. Well, no, you may not. You may miss. You have to roll the attack roll again.
Oh, okay. I have to roll the attack roll again.
Yeah. They're dead.
Yep.
Foe or friend slayer right there. All right.
Yep.
Okay, who's next?
John?
Me.
John.
Yep.
Okay, John. You see as the boat is silently going into the water, they're being as quiet as this is the boat in front of you, not your boat, as quiet as they can with the oars. And as it rolls out, you see a pile of green flesh and bones churn in the water, throwing stuff off its back. It's a large green and tan creature that just opens its maw and swallows the boat. Chomps right through the middle of it. Limbs go flying. Screams happen.
Ouch.
And it does like kind of the crocodile roll and starts chewing up on those people. Well, the good news is now it's distracted.
Yep. It took out like both boats, or just
one ahead of you, not your boat, just the one ahead of you.
Okay, but all the women folk were on that boat, or
well, except for like the 6 or so you've got on yours.
Okay. Well, it's distracted, so we're gonna go with what we got.
Oh no, we're leaving.
Yep,
Okay.
we're leaving away from that.
Okay. That's what the luck check was for. You might have seen it as you were coming to the bank, but you did not. But you save 6 as you paddle off.
It's better than 0.
If they needed all of them, we've disrupted the ritual.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah.
All right. So back inside as she continues to just lay waste to the people around her.
I think it's my turn then.
Oh, it's yours. Sorry. Go for it. She's going to miss the next one anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. So what are you doing?
I'm going to have... I'm with my elf. I'm going to go into melee with my dagger.
Okay. So that's going to have a +3 because there's 3 more people around as well.
All right. So let's throw in a +3 on that.
A fumble.
I rolled a 1 +3. Okay, perfect, amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Go ahead and roll your fumble die. What is it for a 0 level character?
It should be a D4.
Yeah, I think it's a D4.
Where's fumble die? Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you can roll it from the sheet or not. You might just have to do a roll.
Yeah,
I think it's on the combat thing.
That's the crit die.
Yeah, up by the is that the crit?
It says crit. I'll just roll a D4 and we can look at the table. Because it's based on your armor for the fumble.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's a 1. I should be fine.
Yep. I think you just lose the action.
Yeah.
Or the next action. So yeah, you don't kill yourself.
I'll take it. Then my other character's going to swing with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
14. That's not counting the +3, so that would be a 17.
You need 1 more point to hit.
I'm going to drop a point of luck on that.
Drop a point of luck. All right, go ahead and do the damage.
5 damage.
5. Okay. Very hurt, but she's still up. And I already rolled, so she misses on her attack.
Okay.
So who's next?
Bill.
Okay, well, I've only got the 1 character left. That woman's still up?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got to keep going at her. So I'm gonna attack with my pickaxe again.
Okay. You need an 18. So +3 is 16 if you want to spend 2 points of luck.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, roll the damage. Okay. All right. So she goes down. You can still hear like some chanting going on deeper in the temple here, but she's down.
Can I grab her flail?
Yes.
All right. I'm ready.
Nice.
What's the damage on that?
Say that again.
What's the damage?
What's the damage on that? Give me a second. 8. It's a flail +1. It does a D6 +1.
She got anything else on her?
Well, she's wearing chainmail. She's got a shield. A ring of keys.
Take the ring of keys. Throw the chainmail at Bill. If you're going in with that flail, you might as well have some.
All right. What does chainmail give me?
Well, this is magical chain, so it actually will fit you.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to increase your armor class by 6. So
nice.
16.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll dig it.
Do you want her shield?
If you grab the shield, sorry. So 15, 16 with the shield.
No, because yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Question is, what are you going to do? Where are you going from here?
Well, are there still people in J?
No.
Okay, that is empty.
This was she had just gone down this way to collect more of something, and then when she heard everything, she started running back this way. So she was the one here in J that was calling on her dark master.
But there's still chanting coming from like
still
8.
Chanting coming from the main portion of 8. Yep.
We can at least take a peek, see what's going on in there.
Yes, sir. So I figure we'll sneak down the hallway here, stop and take a look down.
Yep. There are 9 cultists performing a ritual, standing around a symbol of a raven that's been drawn in blood in the middle of the floor.
Where's that?
So it's in 8.
Oh, okay.
So like you're peeking through the door here. They're bleeding out prisoners into like this iron bowl. They're collecting their blood as the prisoners are bleeding out.
Sounds like Molotov time.
Light me up.
Yeah.
Who's got the flint and steel? Let's get this party started.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Surely they got like torches or something on the wall, since I don't think
they do, because the place is all lit up.
Oh, okay.
So we're running late here. So we'll say that, you set a conflagration of fire going, interrupting whatever ceremony they're doing here, burning the place down. By the time that you guys leave the temple, you see the boats are all gone. Well, not all the boats. You guys can take a boat, but maybe your friend got away with the prisoners.
Nice.
Oh, why are there so many limbs floating in the water? Oh, that's a lot of limbs.
Those were there before, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what we did with excess limbs from mining accidents, is we just threw them in the water.
Yeah. It's like beavers building a dam. You use limbs.
Yeah.
They're all extra, right?
We have an undead beaver problem, and they're taking limbs.
Zombievers?
Zombievers.
Okay.
It's a terrible movie, by the way.
Right.
Like it should have been more schlocky, and it was terrible.
Oh no, they tried to take themselves seriously.
Yes,
that's too bad.
They picked the wrong lane, eh?
Well, we'll end it there with you guys saving some of the villagers and setting fire to the thing going on. So there is something else going on in the mines below. You basically stopped the ritual that was going on up here. That's good. That's good. There's other things going on below, but that's a good that's a good win. It's a good win for you guys.
Yeah.
The top part can be tough depending on how badly your luck is, and you guys are doing really well. I only rolled 2 positive random encounters.
Okay.
You managed to sneak around pretty good. The one tough person was that cleric. She was a 5th level cleric in DC.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
But all of her helpers are chodes.
Okay.
They would have been easily enough to take out, but she was a battle.
Okay.
So So while it I'm sure it feels like you were way outclassed, if you're smart about it, and you guys were, this was definitely an achievable portion of what you did up here.
Cool.
Hooray!
Yay.
So we'll end it there, and if you Yeah, there we go. So this is going to be Kickstarter on June the 4th is when we hope to set it off. And again, it's both for DCC and Shadowdark. Can be ran under either one of those systems. It's statted up for both. You guys got through probably more than half of the adventure. The stuff that's going underneath is like 5 or 6 more rooms. Burning the temple down was something I figured people would try and do. That was that's a good option. Good option. So you guys did well.
Good.
You guys did
Huzzah!
well.
We're
So we'll go
heroes.
and call it there for the night. Chuck, you got anything you want to throw out there? I'm not sure if it will end up being live or not, but if it does, go ahead.
Yeah, so watch us on Defenders of Kobold on Wednesdays and Fridays. John, what are you doing Wednesdays?
Savage Race.
Fridays, Fridays I'm doing Cyberpunk, Go Buy My Book, Teenage Odyssey, and then hopefully here very soon, Skin City will be available for purchase.
Nice.
Good stuff. Coming up next on Tuesday, I've got some Werewolf 20th Anniversary Edition going on, and then hopefully back to Bloody Appalachia on Friday. Bill, you got anything going on?
I'm not streaming anything, but I've got spots in a Swords and Wizardry game and in a Necromancers game. So
Nice.
You interested in either of those? Hit me up. I'll get you in the game.
Yep. Bill's got his own Discord server, I believe, but if not, you can go to BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com, and all of our social media links are there, including the Discord channel where you can get in touch with us. So check it out and look for the Kickstarter appearing soon.
Nice.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.